The 53-year-old allowed her co-host and husband, Mark Consuelos, to get in a few more quick thoughts before she switched to a new topic. During a pre-taped episode of Live with Kelly and Mark on Thursday, the hosts dove into various topics of discussion. After discussing an article on the top dog names of the year, the two tackled the idea of what constitutes cheating in a relationship. Kelly and Mark, who have been married for 27 years, both decided that simply liking another person's Instagram post was not cheating. The pair had shared their confusion over the concept of emotional cheating, as Kelly admitted she's old-fashioned in her way of thinking about it all. Though a woman in the crowd told Kelly that she should consider an emotional affair to be cheating, the host said, "For me, I have the old-fashioned thought of what cheating is in my brain." She made whistling noises to tease that she considers physical intimacy to be the only form of cheating. "What about a kiss?" Mark asked his wife. She told him, "I think a kiss on the mouth is probably cheating. That's a very intimate thing. Sometimes kissing is more intimate than sex." Having had enough of thinking about this topic, Kelly made a disgusted sound and admitted, "This whole conversation's making me uncomfortable." Mark agreed that he felt the same way. She then quickly steered their conversation away from their thoughts on physical cheating. Earlier this month, Kelly refused to take part in a segment on Live for a completely different reason. She and Mark welcomed chef Shireen Pavlidze to Live to show the hosts how to make a chicken and rice holiday dish. Kelly asked the chef what they should do, and she told them she planned to put them to work. She told the hosts, "Mark, you can dice some garlic. Kelly, you want to cut some onions?" "Yes, I will," Kelly replied, but as Shireen shared more about the recipe, Kelly leaned down and grabbed something from behind the counter. Instead of listening to the chef's request to chop the ingredients, Kelly placed a bowl of already cut onions on the table. Liv's producer and a few crew members could be heard laughing off screen. The host explained her behavior, telling everyone, "Otherwise, my hands smell like onions all day." As she explained her reasoning, Mark stopped dicing garlic and reached under the counter to pull out his own bowl of already diced ingredients. The host explained her behavior, telling everyone, "Otherwise, my hands smell like onions all day." The chemistry between Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos has always been the heartbeat of Live with Kelly and Mark. Their playful banter, quick-witted comebacks, and unfiltered honesty keep viewers tuning in daily. But on Thursday morning's broadcast, audiences were given a rare glimpse into what happens when the humor cuts a little too close to home. In an unexpected twist, Kelly Ripa admitted, "This whole conversation is making me uncomfortable," before swiftly shutting down the segment, leaving Mark, the studio audience, and viewers at home buzzing with speculation. It all began innocently enough. The pair were chatting during their signature host chat portion, the part of the show where the co-hosts catch up on life, relationships, and whatever quirky headlines have caught their attention. Mark, ever the provocateur, steered the topic toward couples' boundaries, teasing Kelly about her tendency to lay down the law when it comes to family matters. "You're the boss," he joked with a mischievous grin. "Everyone knows you run this ship, even at home." The audience chuckled, and Kelly initially played along. She teased him back, insisting that he was the disciplinarian when it came to their 3 children. But then, Mark pressed the point a little further, sharing an anecdote about a minor disagreement they'd had earlier in the week. "See, this is what I mean," Mark said, gesturing animatedly. "I told you I wanted to do it one way, but you had the way, and suddenly it was settled. Case closed." That's life with Kelly Ripa, ladies and gentlemen. The audience erupted in laughter. But Kelly's reaction wasn't the lighthearted sparring fans are used to seeing. She leaned back, folded her arms, and raised her eyebrows. "Well," she said after a pause, "this whole conversation is making me uncomfortable." The room shifted. For a moment, it was unclear whether she was joking or being completely sincere. Mark laughed nervously, trying to keep the tone playful, but Kelly waved her hands as if to brush the subject aside. "Let's move on," she said firmly. "Seriously. Next topic, please." Producers quickly transitioned to a pre-planned segment on lifestyle hacks, but the abrupt cutoff was impossible to ignore. Social media immediately lit up with reactions. Fans tweeted variations of "What just happened?" And did Kelly really shut him down like that on live TV? Clips of the exchange began circulating within minutes, sparking conversations about the delicate line between transparency and oversharing on daytime television. For many, the moment highlighted why Kelly Ripa has remained a daytime staple for more than 2 decades. Her authenticity, whether she's gushing about her kids, cracking jokes about her marriage, or, in this case, drawing a line, is part of what makes her relatable. Even her discomfort felt real and unscripted. Honestly, it was refreshing to see her set a boundary. One fan posted on Instagram, "We all love the banter, but it's nice to know she's human too." Others speculated that the awkward exchange reflected deeper dynamics in the Ripa Consuelos household. Mark, who joined the show as co-host in 2023, often leans into their marital dynamics for humor, but some viewers wonder if Kelly occasionally feels the weight of having her private life turned into public fodder. It's a fine balance, a media analyst noted. Audiences want intimacy. They want to feel like they're sitting in Kelly and Mark's living room, hearing them talk about their lives. But when that line blurs too much, it can get uncomfortable for the hosts themselves. Backstage, according to insiders, the moment didn't escalate beyond what viewers saw. Kelly reportedly laughed it off during a commercial break, clarifying that she simply didn't want the conversation to drift into territory that might be misinterpreted outside of the show. Mark, ever supportive, is said to have reassured her with a wink and a squeeze of the hand before they returned to the air. Still, the incident has added fuel to ongoing chatter about Kelly's possible retirement plans. Just last week, she hinted at wanting to slow down and spend more time with family, sparking rumors that her exit from live might be closer than fans realize. The sight of her visibly pulling back on air has only amplified those whispers. Whether or not it was a sign of something bigger, the moment underscored the unpredictable charm of live. After all, it's not the perfectly polished segments that fans remember most. It's the real, raw exchanges that remind them why Kelly Ripa has been a trusted presence in their mornings for over 20 years. And if Kelly's candid remark proves anything, it's that she'll always choose honesty, even if it means shutting down a conversation mid-laugh.